1, 2, 3, come on!
Hello guys! So this is my third lesson. So napanood nyo na yung factoring using GCMF, factoring the PST or perfect square trinomial, and of course, this time, factoring trinomial with 1 as the numerical coefficient of the leading term. So still our reference is the Math 8 Learners module. So start na tayo guys! Okay guys, let's have our first example. So our first example is p squared plus 5p plus 6. So this is an example of a trinomial with the leading term or with the leading coefficient of 1. So this is the leading term and its coefficient is 1. Ma'am, wala namang 1 dyan. So understood that if a variable doesn't have a coefficient, it is understood na meron niyang 1 dito sa tabi as its coefficient. Okay, let's continue. So there are few steps in performing factoring trinomial with the leading coefficient of 1. First step is to factor the leading term or the first term, this one. What are the factors of p squared or the square root of p squared? It is p times p. Correct. How about the next step? Next step, list down all the factors of the last term. Ano ba yung last term natin dito? It is 6. List down its factor. We have 6 times 1 and 2 times 3. Next step, identify which factor sums up to the middle term. Or, kapag inad daw natin yung factors, i-check natin kung nagsa-sum up sa middle term. Or pag inad natin, kaparehas ba siya ng middle term. Now, let's try. 6 plus 1, it is 7. 2 plus 3, it is equal to 5. Now, among this pair of factors, the factor of 6 that we will use is 2 and 3. Now, let's try 2 and 3. Because of the positive signs or addition operation of our trinomial, meaning our operation is also positive. If you want to recheck, multiply the middle term and the outer term. Let's try. 3 times p is 3p. 2 times p is 2p. Then, add. Answer, 5p. Nakuha ba yung middle term? Yes. Meaning, our factor for p squared plus 5p plus 6 is none other than p plus 3 and p plus 2. P plus 3 multiplied to p plus 2. And that is example number 1. If you have any questions, comment down below. If you have suggestions, comment down also. Okay, for our second example, let's have v squared plus 4v minus 21. So, first step, factor the first term. So, it is v times v. V times v, it is v squared. Next step, think of the factors of 21. 21. Negative 21. Ano ba ang pwedeng factor ng negative 21? It can be positive 3, negative 7. Negative 3 or positive 7. Tama? 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. Also, it can be negative 7 times 1 or 7 times negative 1. Now, to choose among the factors, let's try to combine or add. 3 plus negative 7. 3 plus negative 7, it is negative 4, correct? Negative 3 plus 7, it is positive 4, correct? Negative 7 plus 1, it is negative 6, correct? 7 plus negative 1, it is positive 6, correct? Now, among this sum, which is equal to the middle term 4, correct? This is the factor, negative 3 and positive 7. Negative 3 and positive 7. Now, let's try to recheck. positive 7 times v is 7v. Negative 3 times v is negative 3v. Then, add. 7 plus negative 3 is positive 4v. So, nakuha natin si middle term. So, understood that our factor is v plus 7 multiplied to v minus 3. Question. Basta pag may question kayo, you can comment down below. Suggestions are also welcome. Because, you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm trying my best to teach for my students. So, actually, this channel is for students who are really or having a hard time in answering the modules. Mostly grade 8. But if you want to suggest some topics, I will try to do my best to put it in my channel. So let's have our third and last example. So we have m squared plus 3m plus 2. Now, let's try. First, factor the first term. So, it is m times m. Then, factor the last term. 2. Its only factor is 2 times 1. Meron pa ba? Wala na. Meaning, our factor is 2 and 1. Because 2 is positive and our middle term is also positive, our operation is add. And this is the factor of m squared plus 3m plus 2. It is m plus 1 multiplied to m plus 2. And that ends for this lesson. Again, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, like my video, and click the notification bell. So, have a good rest after answering the module. So, see ya!